We have breaking news on this Monday morning. Firefighters are looking for the cause of a 2-alarm fire in downtown Fargo. This is where we can find the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joining us live with the details. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Lisa. The call first came in around 1:20 this morning, and it's at the 300 block of Main Avenue, also known as the Frying Pan Restaurant, and that's also where you're able to see where the start of this dumpster fire happened. You can see the burns outside of the dumpster, inside and out, but you can also look next to it at the door and the board outside to see it as well. Again, it's for a fire in the dumpster that spread to the roof of this building, and that's why you can see the hole up there. Fire crews had to cut a hole in the roof to make the flames not spread any further than it already was, but good news, fire crews were able to put the flames out quickly. Now at this moment, we're not sure if this is considered to be suspicious, but what we can tell you is that we've had to cover multiple fires over this past week that were all related to dumpster fires, and they kind of all have been around that same area as well. Again, we're not sure if they are connected, it just has been pretty common. Good news for people who decide they do want to still go to the Frying Pan Restaurant. They are still open at their normal hours, so even though you can see a little bit of that burn mark damage outside of the restaurant, you can still go in there and eat as normal. But again, we're going to go ahead and reach out to Fargo Police Department, or Fargo Fire Department, that is, to get more information to find out if this is considered to be suspicious, because again, this is happening more common than we're used to.
Brian Sherrod reporting live, and of course people can stay updated on this breaking story by using their VNL News app. Thank you, Brian. Also breaking, one person is dead after a car crashed into a group of protesters in Minneapolis. Police say officers were monitoring a protest in Uptown late last night when they saw a car head straight into the crowd. 2 protesters were taken to an area hospital. A woman died from her injuries. The other person suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police say some of the protesters pulled the suspected driver out of the car and started to hit him. He was taken into custody later by officers. Police say there are early indications from officials that drugs or alcohol might be a factor in this crash. Police have not yet said if the suspect is currently facing any charges. New this morning, Fargo police are investigating a car crash at Olivet Lutheran Church in South Fargo. It happened right around 2 this morning along South University Drive and 13th Avenue. A car ended up on church property and had quite a bit of front end damage. No word yet on any injuries or what led up to this crash. Also new this morning, a man is being treated for a gunshot wound in Grand Forks that police believe was self-inflicted. Officers were called about the victim, who arrived at a hospital by private vehicle right around 7 o'clock. They say an initial investigation suggests the injury was self-inflicted and is not life-threatening. No charges are being filed, but police are asking anyone with information on this incident to contact them. There's new information on a deadly rollover in the Southern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol is now identifying the victim as 33-year-old Douglas Cavalier of Britton, South Dakota. Troopers say alcohol and drugs were factors in the crash. It happened just after 1 yesterday morning, just south of Oaks in Dickey County. They say Cavalier was driving on Highway 11 at a high rate of speed when he lost control of his SUV, entered a ditch, overcorrected, and then flipped. He was thrown from the vehicle and was killed. We also have new information this morning on a motorcycle crash over the weekend that sent 2 people to the hospital. North Dakota State troopers are now identifying the victims as 47-year-old Robert Stevens Jr. and 51-year-old Tracy Stevens, both of West Fargo. The Highway Patrol says Robert was driving the bike Saturday north of Walcott in Richland County when he lost control on a turn and overturned several times. Both victims were transported to Sanford and Fargo with serious injuries. It's now 7 minutes before 7 on our Monday morning, and we're enjoying a nice start to our day, Lisa.
Yeah, it's nice and peaceful on this Monday morning. It's sunny out there. Temperatures are pretty comfortable as well. Not bad here on this June morning. It's nice and quiet down at the Dakota Magic Casino in the Hankinson area. Not much wind out there right now. We just saw a bird go by our Skycam view there. And eventually we'll watch that wind pick up. It's Flag Day, so we'll get to see that wind eventually get those stars and stripes waving here. But right now it is pretty quiet out there. Here's a look at our current conditions throughout the valley. You can see plenty of sunshine everywhere we look. Fargo, 54 degrees. calm air right now. Grand Forks is also at 54 with wind out of the northwest at 3. Devil's Lake checking in at 52. It's a little warmer in Jamestown at 55. Bemidji's warming up pretty quickly too at 55 degrees after dipping into the 40s, and Fergus Falls at 59 with mostly sunny skies. And again, lots of sun here in the valley. We have to look south to see some rain and thunderstorms isolated to scattered down by the Sioux Falls area, and that is dropping to the south and east, so no impacts from that affecting us here in the valley. So looking good here to start off our Flag Day, and we'll keep that going here as we head through the daytime hours. Expect to have plenty of sun all day long. Temperatures rising into the 80s in most areas, will be in that 80 to 85 degree range. There will be some spots in the northeast where it may be a little cooler, where we're looking at winds that are going to be more into that 20 to maybe 30 mile per hour range out of the north, keeping us a little cooler. And warm basically everywhere with that sunny sky again today. We keep that going as we head into Tuesday. We're going to see temperatures back into some 80s once again, and similar conditions, dry both days. Wednesday is when a system approaches. It's going to bring in some moisture in the valley. We'll start to feel more muggy. Temperatures are going to rise again back to that warm, steamy 90-degree high for Wednesday, and that will help to trigger, along with that front moving through associated with this, a chance for an isolated storm as we head into the afternoon and evening, carrying on into Thursday perhaps, and maybe 1 or 2 showers in the north on Friday. But notice the temperature drop as we head toward the weekend, back into some 70s for highs Friday and Saturday, and Father's Day too, though we may have a shot at getting to 80 on Father's Day, but kind of cooling things down a little bit. By the way, our average high this time of year, 78 degrees. We've been running pretty warm lately, so we're kind of returning to that by the time we head into the end of the week and the weekend.
Okay, looks great. Thank you, Lisa. Grand Forks police are asking anyone who witnessed a rollover crash Saturday night around 10 to contact them. It happened at the intersection of Gateway Drive and North Washington. Police say a pickup driver hit a traffic light, then kept going and hit 4 parked cars at the Galaxy Auto dealership. Officers found the pickup on its roof. Both people inside were taken to the hospital. No word yet on the extent of their injuries. Minnesota legislators are heading back to St. Paul today for a special session to hash out a $52 billion budget and resolve remaining policy disputes as quickly as possible to avoid a government shutdown. But there is still a good deal of work for state lawmakers as the window of time before the new fiscal year shrinks. If no deal is approved, the shutdown is set to begin on July 1st. North Dakota health officials are warning people to avoid blue-green algae in water that is discolored or has a foul odor. Hot summer weather contributes to the production of algae, and people and animals who ingest this water can get sick and even die. There's no known antidote for toxins that blue-green algae can produce. Algae blooms are most common in the late summer, but it only takes a few hot days to cause the organisms to become active and bloom. On this World Blood Donor Day, the American Red Cross is making a plea for people to roll up their sleeves and give. Right now, the Red Cross is experiencing a severe blood shortage. The reason? The number of trauma cases, organ transplants, and elective surgeries is rising. The Red Cross needs more blood donors to ensure hospital shelves can stay stocked with life-saving blood products. Those who give blood from today through June 30th will receive a $5 Amazon gift card by mail. People who have received the COVID-19 vaccine are still eligible to donate blood and platelets. Donors should note the name of the vaccine manufacturer to determine eligibility. It's Roger Maris All-Star Week. Events that you can take part in include free youth sports camps, a celebrity golf tournament, a party at Island Park, and a throwback Red Hawks game. Here's a list of the events. The sports camps are free for kids and include baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and soccer. The celebrity golf tournament returns for the 37th year and has been transformed into a week-long event. A community celebration is happening at Island Park on Thursday, and the Red Hawks are playing a commemorative game on Friday, wearing throwback uniforms of the Northern League's FM Twins, which Maris played for back in 1953. There's much more information at rogermarisweek.com. 100% of the funds raised will stay local and help build upon the programs and services at the Roger Maris Cancer Center. Before we go, here's a traffic alert for people driving in North Fargo. Starting today, 1st Avenue North will be closed to through traffic between 20th and 23rd Streets. You're going to be detoured to 3rd Avenue North. There's some underground utility work going on in that area, and the closure is expected to be in place for 10 days. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. 12% of people have admit they left the house wearing this. What is it? Mismatching socks. Some kids do that on purpose these days. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you right now on the Fargo CW.